Tonight, heartbreak and anger following a teen tragedy. Two boys aged just 14 and 15 killed when their trail bike collides with a bus at Bosley Park. New changes announced to get more diesel flowing across the country as Sydney tradies are forced to pass on skyrocketing fuel costs to customers. Iran accuses Donald Trump of spreading fake news as the president issues a new deadline. A major security breach at State Parliament just hours before politicians converged for a sitting week. The heart-stopping moment a skydive goes terribly wrong in Goulburn. And the NRL club that's been thrown into chaos as its coaches declare war.
This is 10 News Sydney with Sandra Sully.
Good evening. We begin tonight with a devastating story in our West. The families and friends of two teenagers are tonight coming to terms with an unimaginable loss after a devastating accident at Bosley Park. The pair were riding along a T-way while on board a trail bike when they collided with a bus, a deadly crash that has sparked calls for action.
At Bosley Park, a fight to save two young lives before their loved ones received the news confirming their worst fears.
We were walking through it and we see him get hit and he just wasn't breathing.
The petrol trail bike they were riding wedged under a bus after the pair collided with it while riding down the T-way after 7 o'clock last night.
It would appear that the bus was conducting a U-turn in the turning bay there on the T-way and it was struck by the trail bike.
The 15-year-old boy behind the handlebars was known for his love of riding. He was too young for a motorbike licence but had been on board a registered trail bike belonging to his parent. His best mate, just 14 years old, was on the back.
There's this guy that used to come to my school. I was very good friends with him. I heard that something happened to him and so I rushed over here to see what happened and unfortunately the wrong thing ended the wrong way.
A vigil formed at the scene today as school friends laid flowers and candles and found support in each other. On social media, one friend posted of the 15-year-old rider, "When I first saw you, I lit up. You were one of the first people to get me into bike riding. I didn't know this day would come." A friend of the 14-year-old said he was like a brother to me, always playing around when we see each other. Can't believe I didn't go get to see them before everything happened.
Really traumatic incident for everybody. It really has a ripple effect across the entire community when we talk about incidences like this.
The deadly crash follows a series of near misses along the T-way, according to the Fairfield Mayor.
We need to protect them and protect others that use this T-way, whether that be in emergency services, the bus driver.
Locals here say they've long had concerns about riders using the T-way for sport, despite the fact that it's reserved for buses and emergency crews. Last night's tragedy has renewed calls for action.
Police say they conduct patrols, but the Mayor wants those stepped up.
We've been pushing this issue for quite a few months now with the government. We've been warning them. We had an accident only here 2 weeks ago.
They are out doing what they can, but, you know, as a community, we have to be educating these kids and saying to them, this is just dangerous behaviour. Two beautiful young human beings have lost their life. What a waste.
Hannah Stewart, 10 News.
The federal government has just announced changes to the national diesel standard to allow more fuel to flow across the country. But there is no relief in sight for prices. 10 News today learning of fuel surcharges being passed on to customers as small business tradies battle the rising cost of filling up their tanks.
On his way to work, and landscaper Nathan Gibson needs to fill up.
$210 a tank doesn't help the pockets at all.
Tradies across the state are facing a difficult choice: absorb increased costs or pass them on to the customer.
A lot of the people that we're getting supplies from, they've obviously introduced a fuel levy. Everything that we require materials for gets a 15% increase.
You don't want to get priced out of a job these days, but you have to also cover yourself.
This afternoon, the government announced a temporary reduction to diesel standards in a bid to ease pressure at the pump.
This flashpoint decision, which will see additional diesel supply into Australia.
With regular road users also battling at the bowser, the state opposition has floated the idea of free public transport over the Easter long weekend, at a time when petrol prices traditionally spike.
We know this will help families, it'll help small businesses and it will ease pressure at the pump. We think it's a no-brainer.
I welcome any good ideas here, but we're more looking for long-term solutions.
Across the state today, almost 300 servos were sold out of at least one type of fuel. Pumps at this Strathfield station ran dry of unleaded Andy 10 before lunchtime. The state government does have the power to ration fuel supply should that be needed, but pressure is growing on federal authorities to take control of any emergency measures to ensure a nationally consistent approach.
If demand management procedures are required, that might be rationing, that might be working from home. We need a nationally consistent approach if and when the time comes.
Pumping the brakes for now, while Aussies are driven mad by the cost of it all. Taylor Ryan, 10 News.
Meanwhile, the price of plumbing is set to get more expensive, with the conflict's effects now being felt on the manufacturing of plastic pipes. Bathroom giant Reece has told its customers that its suppliers will be increasing their prices by more than a third from mid-April. The war has resulted in a shortage of the materials needed to make the pipes, with the cost increase to be felt at all companies selling bathroom products. Iran has forcefully rejected claims from Donald Trump that the country wants to make a deal to end the war. The US president has spectacularly backed down on his threat to bomb the country's power plants, ordering the military to delay strikes.
Conflicting claims of progress towards peace as the bombs keep falling. Another twist in this war, Donald Trump detouring to Elvis Presley's Graceland mansion today.
That came out pretty good.
Attempting to shift focus as he backed down on his self-imposed deadline, postponing planned strikes on Iran's power plants for 5 days.
And if it goes well, we're going to end up with settling this. Otherwise, we'll just keep bombing our little hearts out.
He claims American officials have held high-level talks with a top Iranian leader, but not the new Ayatollah. The US president describing the conversations as productive.
They want peace. They've agreed they will not have a nuclear weapon.
Iran says that is a lie. State media describing Trump's statements as false.
Well, they're going to have to get themselves better public relations people. We have had very, very strong talks.
The country's parliamentary speaker lashing out. No negotiations have been held with the US. Fake news is used to manipulate the financial and oil markets. Exchanges across the world rallied today, the ASX rebounding after yesterday's drop to a 10-month low.
President Trump is extremely sensitive to the markets. This announcement seems to have calmed the markets a bit, but it's also bought him some time.
Iran is still weaponising the Strait of Hormuz, but the US president believes the key shipping route will fully open very soon. As for who will control it...
Maybe me. Maybe me. Me and the Ayatollah, whoever the Ayatollah is.
The sprawling conflict continues to spread, with the death toll climbing towards 3,000 and more military power moving in. The US sending additional sailors to the region, while potential ground troops have been ordered to prepare to deploy. John Paul Gonzo, 10 News.
Incredibly concerning. That's how one politician has described a shocking security breach at State Parliament. A man has been accused of scaling the building before smashing a window with a metal barbell just hours before Parliament opened this morning for another sitting week.
At 2 a.m, with a gym weight in hand, a man is seen pacing Macquarie Street before scaling the fence and allegedly hurling the metal barbell at State Parliament. Not done yet. He jumps into the forecourt, picks it up and tries again. And again. doing some minor damage, police claim, smashing this window to the Speaker's dining room.
That's incredibly concerning.
For several minutes, he seemingly isn't spotted, not by the special constables on duty nor the police car driving past, leaving the way he entered. But police say they did eventually catch their man, who they claim is 37-year-old Adam Stanek. After allegedly taking off in a car, officers tracked him to a Greystanes home, where he was arrested around 5 o'clock this morning, later charged with entering an enclosed premises without a lawful excuse and damaging property, just hours before politicians returned to a workplace already under stricter security measures as of recent times.
Clearly, in a heated environment, politicians, members of parliament everywhere in Australia and globally are facing increased threats. You know, we've all had them. It's not acceptable.
This alleged attack, at least, doesn't appear to be politically motivated.
Information received so far does not suggest that the incident was a planned attack targeting any particular individual or group.
During his very brief appearance, the court heard the 37-year-old had been off his medication. He's since been taken to hospital for a mental health assessment. While attention here has turned to fixing the damage allegedly left in his wake. Tallulah Thompson, 10 News.
There are growing concerns tonight that a dire shortage of air traffic controllers may have contributed to that devastating crash between an Air Canada jet and a fire truck at a New York airport. New video has emerged of the terrifying collision that killed both pilots. Now, we warn, it is confronting.
Still travelling at more than 160 kilometres an hour after landing, the Air Canada Express jet had no chance of stopping when a fire truck crossed into its path.
It felt like we hit a wall. I mean, it was a sharp bang. That's why everybody was so bruised up.
So violent, it threw flight attendant Solange Tremblay from the wreck and onto the tarmac, found alive, still strapped in her seat. With both pilots killed and dozens of passengers and crew injured, they started helping each other escape.
Over 43 people to the hospital during the evening, though many have been released at this time.
It was a routine movement.
Truck 1 and company LaGuardia Tower requesting to cross.
But granted permission set in motion an impending disaster.
Stop, truck 1, stop.
Neither vehicle could. Investigators are now examining black box data recovered from the crash site. Every second of information will be scrutinised.
2 young pilots left their homes expecting to return to their families, and they will not.
It's been a torrid couple of years for the American aviation industry, with multiple fatal crashes, a significant uptick in near-miss incidents, and critical staffing shortages in safety roles, most notably air traffic controllers.
LaGuardia is a very well-staffed airport. We're a couple controllers short in total.
One left to take apparent responsibility for one decision in that chair.
That wasn't good to watch.
Yeah, I know I was here. I tried to reach out to my staff, and we were dealing with an emergency earlier, and I messed up.
No, man, you did the best you could.
In the United States, Catherine Firkin, 10 News.
4 divers were plucked to safety after their boat was stranded on rocks off Port Kembla at the weekend. Marine Rescue New South Wales volunteers on jet skis raced to save one diver still in the water. 3 others managed to swim to rescue boats. All were unharmed, but the same could not be said for their vessel, which was left high and dry on Bass Islet after an anchor failure.
We can't get your boat now, so we'll get you to safety. Okay, you right?
Rescue teams praised alert local boaters for raising the alarm, crediting the successful rescues on the quick response. Australia and the European Union have finally put pen to paper, signing an historic free trade agreement after 8 years of negotiations spanning 3 prime ministers. The agreement will pump $10 billion into our economy every year, and it promises to bring down the price of European goods here at home. But farmers have tonight slammed the deal, calling it a farce.
Pop the Prosecco.
Time to celebrate.
King Valley winemaker Brown Brothers is delighted the name can stay.
Prosecco in Australia will stay Prosecco, and the consumers out there will know what they're picking up when they see Prosecco on the shelf.
Australia is now the only country outside of Italy allowed to use the label indefinitely, but only on bottles here, with a ban on selling Australian Prosecco overseas to be phased out over 10 years.
We're disappointed to see access to markets removed for Prosecco exporters, but ultimately these things are made in the national interest.
95% of all Australian Prosecco made in Australia is drunk here. So we need to celebrate that as a win.
It's the result of a long-awaited free trade agreement with the European Union, today sealed after 8 years of negotiations.
This agreement is worth $10 billion to the Australian economy on an annual basis.
It has been hard yakka, but we finally got there.
The biggest sticking point was over how much tariff-free red meat Australia could sell to the European market. The deal guarantees 35,000 tonnes of beef and 30,000 tonnes of lamb and mutton.
This deal must go down as the worst trade deal ever.
4,000, 35,000. That is the difference.
But still well below what farmers had been hoping for, arguing New Zealand and Canada cut a better deal.
It really is hard to stomach.
We would have said to them, well, just leave us out for the moment until we can negotiate something bigger that's better for our generations going forward.
We shouldn't let the perfect be the enemy of the good. We think this is the best deal that we're going to get.
In return, Aussies should see cheaper French champagne, Belgian chocolates, Italian pasta and luxury electric vehicles.
The leaders are upfront about it. This announcement is pushing back on President Donald Trump's tariffs.
Great powers are using tariffs as a leverage and supply chains as vulnerabilities to be exploited.
We stand for free and fair trade.
Chloe Boris, 10 News.
Tara Rushton is here now to preview tonight's sport. Not a great one to begin with, Tara. From where I sit, the Brisbane Broncos thrown into turmoil.
What is going on at the Broncos, Sandra? There's been an almighty bust-up between Michael Maguire and his assistant coach, leading to an immediate resignation from Ben Teo, blindsiding the club. Ahead of his UFC return, how Israel Adesanya is getting in form with the help of his former Aussie nemesis. And returning Socceroo Alex Robertson is committed to Australia, quashing speculation that he wanted to represent England, Scotland or Peru. He was eligible for all three. Good news for us, though. That and more coming up in sport.
Terrific. See you then. Thanks, Tara. Stay with us. Still to come. A police bust leads officers to some exotic discoveries in Colleton. Plus, the slippery surprise that'll have you double-checking your shoes. Also, seize and destroy the new powers to crack down on illegal e-bikes on our streets, and why some Sydney suburbs are paying more when catching an Uber. We'll tell you where.
The big head honchos are dangerous.
You don't want to miss.
Treat them like venomous snakes. Take down a big player.
This epic move.
I'm the snake charmer around here.
Survivor, tonight on 10.
Why stay frozen to an expensive car insurance provider, especially when you can get 15% off your Budget Direct car insurance if you buy it online?
As they say, always quote Budget Direct first.
Insurance solved with Budget Direct.
I'm Nat from O'Brien. These cracks all started as chips. Happens a lot. We replace thousands of windscreens, but a chip repair is faster, cheaper and greener. And with car insurance, your repair is usually free. Book today.
O'Brien.
In a bit of a mess? Pino Clean has 3 times multi-action power to clean, disinfect and freshen. It's not clean unless it's Pino Clean.
Come on, darling, up you hop. There's a glass and a half in everyone. Cadbury Hollow Easter eggs, in store now.
How far would you go to keep your home smelling fresh? Try Airwick 24/7 fragrance, aerosol-free automatic spray infused with 2 times more essential oil for up to 70 days of freshness. Now that's a breath of fresh Airwick.
Clover is super chatty. Never misses a Friday night gossip session. Always has to get the last word in. Supercoat, with 22 essential vitamins and minerals to keep them super.
Half protection is not enough.
Using just an antivirus online is also not enough. Get better protection from online threats. Get NordVPN now.
Getting the girls around to Jones, so Sarah knows she's not alone.
All of us will be affected by cancer at some point in our lives. So this Australia's biggest morning tea, let's make it personal.
There are wedding bells on the hot seat.
$1 million? What will you do with that?
I will go to the wedding, I reckon.
Gladys, any words of advice? Just get it right.
Just get it right.
Which country's capital is the only one to begin with the letter Q?
Evening, Brittany Gorrell here in the First Style Homes Traffic Centre. And everywhere we turn right now, roads are in a little bit of strife. The M5 motorway tunnel through Arncliffe, it's been an absolute crawl for much of the afternoon due to a semi-trailer breakdown near Marsh Street. Queues have extended back through the airport tunnel on General Holmes Drive. Now Pennant Hills Road, we've been slapped with a couple of incidents here. In Pennant Hills, a northbound crash, and Carlingford, a southbound truck breakdown causing drama near Marsden Road. And coming off the Harbour Bridge, seeing congestion along the Western Distributor into the CBD southbound. This is after a crash at York Street. Build with First Style Homes ultimate build package, over 60k of inclusions, solar and battery, build now, pay later, and a fixed price guarantee. Search FIR Style.
New footage has been released of the heart-stopping moment. Two skydivers were caught on a light plane before plummeting to their deaths. A district court judge has found the director of the Goulburn Flight Training Centre guilty of safety breaches which failed to protect the two men.
Alex Welling can be seen beaming as he prepares for what was to be a thrilling jump. As he edges out the open door of the light plane, he sticks his tongue out in anticipation. But what happens next is more stomach flipping than the dive itself. This metal step, captured in GoPro footage, stopped the skydivers in their tracks. 37-year-old Stephen Hoare and his tandem passenger, 32-year-old Alex Welling, were killed when they fell from the air in what was described as a catastrophic jump. On June 27, 2021, during a skydive over Goulburn Airport, part of their equipment snagged on the step installed on the Cessna aircraft. They were left dangling upside down mid-air. Goulburn Flight Training Centre and its director, 77-year-old Attilio Ferrara, were today found guilty of safety breaches. Stephen was an experienced instructor, the tragedy devastating the skydiving community.
Our hearts go out to both their families and friends. It's been a really tough day.
Frantic attempts to save the men included the aircraft flying low as people tried to reach them by standing on top of a vehicle. District Court Judge Andrew Scotting released the footage in the hope other operators can learn from the tragedy. The company director remains on bail, awaiting a sentencing date. Sarah Naven, 10 News.
Police have seized 44 exotic animals from a home in Collerton in Sydney's west, 20 snakes of various breeds, 4 tortoises, 12 turtles and a number of deceased animals were allegedly found during a search of the property. 5 guns and ammunition were also uncovered. A 24-year-old man fronted Parramatta Court charged with dozens of offences. And if that's not enough snakes for you, here's a reminder from the state's Hunter region to always check your shoes. A snake catcher safely relocating this baby red-bellied black snake yesterday after it was discovered in Mulberry. Yep, I'd have a heart attack. A quick look at the weather now. Someone who's standing tall and will deliver big blue skies. Josh Holt are always welcome.
As long as there's no snakes in the studio, Sandra will stand tall. But you're right, a beautiful day out there this afternoon. Clear skies and sunshine across the harbour city, sparkling with 27 degrees, overnight low of 20. Let's check out the satellite imagery in and across the state. A little bit of cloud cover across our southern areas and in particular across the northern rivers and the far north coast. So quickly, let's duck in with the radar there. We did pick up between 10 and 20 millimetres into the rain gauge since 9 a.m. this morning. Even some far northern areas picking up around about 25 millimetres thanks to those showers. They were a little bit hit and miss though. Moving into the temperatures elsewhere, we hit 32 degrees in Tamworth today, 30 in Dubbo and 30 in Wagga. We hit 27 degrees in Canberra and a top of 26 for the Novocastrians in Newcastle this afternoon. Across Sydney, we hit 27 as mentioned in the city, a little bit warmer out west, 29 the top for Penrith today, 28 degrees for Richmond and Parramatta. Now Now, I hope you're enjoying those warm temperatures out there at the moment because it is all about to change. The first cold blast of the season is on the way. It'll really begin to feel like autumn as we head into the weekend. Could even see our first decent snowfall across the ski fields in both Victoria and New South Wales. We'll have all those details coming up 5 to 6.
Thanks, Josh. See you then. Up next, though, here on 10 News, one of Australia's retail giants scores a big win. So what has delivered Myer a huge earnings bump? And the Great Escape, the massive journey by 7 dogs trying to reunite with their owners. Too cute.
Give it up for Jimmy Bar!
Nuggy Bear!
Oh my God!
From millions of followers
So who's ready for some dim sim?
to Michelin stars,
Thank you very much.
the superstars of MasterChef
You're joking. And he cooks.
will bring it.
He's the Gordon Ramsay of TikTok.
Oh, I got goosebumps!
Jess, here's something special. Such a dream come true.
MasterChef, coming in April to 10.
Bob Jane T-Mart's Epic Drive Sale now on, with thousands of tyres and wheels discounted. Want a free tyre? Buy 3 selected Bridgestone, Yokohama, Kumho, J-Trax or Hankook tyres and the 4th tyres free. Up to $200 instant cashback on selected tyres. Plus 35% off selected brand new 17-inch Monster alloy wheels. No one beats our best tyre price guarantee. At Bob Jane T-Mart's, we'll look after you.
Ready to switch on vacation mode? Download the Sully eSIM app and stay connected while travelling. Save big on roaming charges. Stay connected in more than 200 destinations. Pick a flexible mobile data plan that suits your vacation and surf safer with Sully's security features. Get the Sully eSIM deal now.
If you're not happy with the price you're getting for your trade-in, simply jump onto ozcar.com.au, hit Price My Car, put in your registration in the state it's registered in, and voila, within 10 seconds, you'll have a trade-in price. And if you're not happy, let's talk. Give us a call.
Hard work keeping flies off the menu? Try Aeroguard's UV Light Trap. It attracts and traps flying insects 24/7 and is chemical pesticide free. Trust Aeroguard.
Welcome to the dark side.
And you fantastic!
For 3! In the laundry!
Good news. The popcorn made it. Come on, scooch over. Remote, Stat.
Get that Disney Plus energy with Energy Australia. Enjoy 12 months of Disney Plus standard on us when you switch to FlexiPlan and stay.
With Subscriptions Manager in the Bankwest app, you can see everything in one place, which means less time worrying about forgotten sign-ups and more time worrying about gravity, abductions, the future, and Sharon.
Creamy Moccona cafe-style coffee sachets with velvety froth. For lovers of coffee.
Why stay frozen to an expensive car insurance provider, especially when you can get 15% off your Budget Direct car insurance if you buy it online?
As they say, always quote Budget Direct first.
Insurance solved with Budget Direct.
It's World Cup lock-in time for the Combank Socceroos. Don't miss them take on Cameroon live Friday on 10 and Paramount Plus.
A boom in loyalty members has helped the department store giant Myer post a profit in its half-yearly results. One industry expert suggesting even in a tough retail market, Myer's addition of well-known but affordable labels has helped them attract younger shoppers.
Myer has been a part of Australia's retail fabric for more than 125 years. And despite predictions online retail would destroy department store shopping, Myer has found a way to keep bricks and mortar viable.
My store.
In its half-yearly report, Maya's profits rose. The publicly listed company posted a before-tax profit of $112.8 million, up 10.5%.
Shows that the Maya business really has two businesses now. The Maya store that we're all accustomed to walking into, and then a group of retail brands.
Brands such as Portman's, Just Jeans, Dottie, Jackie E and JJ's now under Maya's ownership following a 2024 deal with Australian billionaire Solomon Lew.
I think it's an interesting move, picking up some extra apparel brands, particularly in that mid-tier fashion sector.
Lamia, Topshop and Gap also recently joined the Maya family.
They may bring in some more brands into their portfolio within their stores, so this avoids having to find retail space.
The boom in profits also follows an overhaul of the Maya One loyalty program, boosting membership by 400,000, taking the total number to 5.1 million. Maya Executive Chair Olivia Worth said the first half 2026 result reflects momentum across the business as it continues to implement the Maya Group growth strategy.
Clearly, we've got several 100,000 new members, and they've been picked up by those extra apparel brands.
And for the first time in more than a year, Maya has reinstated an interim dividend and will pay out 1.5 cents per share. But Australia's largest department store will need to adapt to maintain its membership boom.
Bringing in a newer, younger consumer from those apparel brands will sort of increase their numbers.
Jack Perry, 10 News.
Adding to the global concerns of oil shortages, one of Russia's major export refineries at Primorsk has been struck by Ukrainian drones and left in flames. Several reservoirs of fuel for export were set ablaze. The facility is capable of sending out 1 million barrels of crude oil each day. The transport of tankers through the Black Sea has been compromised by repeated drone targeting. A Colombian Air Force C-130 Hercules has crashed shortly after takeoff near the Peruvian border. 125 soldiers were on board, and while just one fatality has been confirmed, almost 50 remain unaccounted for. Ammunition being carried by the aircraft burst into flames moments after the impact. Witnesses say the pilot appeared to be making an attempt to return to the runway. Controversial ICE agents in the United States have been spotted at airports across the country after a stalemate in Congress led to security staff walking off the job. Travellers now face significant delays in processing after the government couldn't agree on a pay deal for TSA and Coast Guard employees. The Trump administration dispatching the agents who have appeared in trademark vests carrying weapons at a number of terminals.
ICE agents performing the work of TSA officers are not going to make our airports any safer. It's going to make them less safe because ICE agents aren't trained in airport security.
Around 10% of TSA staff have been calling in sick each day since salary payments stopped. We all know corgis have been held in rather royal regard, but at least one is now being celebrated for, get this, leading a jailbreak in China. This group of dogs were caught on camera, led by the corgi, of course, who appeared to be checking behind as the apparent strays wandered together. After 230 million people viewed social media posts, it was revealed the dogs all came from the same village and had been stolen by thieves, allegedly working for a butcher. Having escaped a truck, all 7 made the 17K journey home in a couple of days and are now, we can say, happily, safely back with their owners. Good story. Still to come, unfair Uber fares. We'll tell you which suburbs are being slugged with more expensive rides due to surging petrol prices and the new push to bring Sydney Airport out of the dark ages.
Just when you think the deal is done.
There's one more chance.
Would you like to spin the wheel? Yes! Spin that wheel! Let's go! The jackpot's coming around! There's a lot of money!
The deal wheel's here, 6:30 weeknights.
Lancôme. New Rénergie Collagen Lift Extend Cream. For the first time at Lancôme, a unique thread-like texture formulated with our most advanced collagen complex. 10 years of collagen loss. A non-invasive lift effect proven to tighten skin by 57% in 4 hours. New Rénergie Collagen Lift Extend Cream.
Why go back when you can go forward?
Lancôme.
My store. Don't you dare.
Welcome to the dark side.
And you fed tap dance.
For 3! In the laundry!
Good news. The popcorn made it. Go on, scooch over. Remote. Stat.
Get that Disney Plus energy with Energy Australia. Enjoy 12 months of Disney Plus standard on us when you switch to Flexi Plan and stay.
Sore throat? Trust Strepsils for soothing relief that's scientifically formulated. With dual action, Strepsils soothes a sore throat and helps fight bacteria. Or try Strepsils Extra for triple action to numb pain fast, help fight bacteria, and soothe the throat. Strepsils. Own every moment.
A can of Glen 20 take care of my pillows?
Can do.
Dog smell?
Can do.
Bin juice stink?
Of course it can. You can eliminate more germs and odours with Glen 20 every day. It's the Can Do can.
And now, from big hair to big savings, real customer Christine saved $413 by switching to you. What's the secret? Is it like a secret code or something?
Just try 13UE, Ed.
Yui, you insured.
Aussie avocados, nutritious and so delicious. Now I love mornings. Can avos make anyone love mornings? Yummy.
Avo can do, so can you.
Morning, Bruce.
Morning. Another great day at Discovery Parks.
Morning, Bruce.
Morning. Perfect, as always. That's more like it. Haha. Still bouncy. Hungry?
Yeah.
Just a little taste test.
Bruce.
What? Making sure everyone has the best holiday.
discoveryparks.com.au. Do it all.
The big head honchos are dangerous.
You don't want to miss
Treat them like venomous snakes.
this epic move.
Take down a big player.
Hi there, Brittany Gorrell back in the First Style Homes Traffic Centre. And the M2 motorway, it's trying to pick up pace westbound towards Pennant Hills Road following an earlier breakdown that's recently cleared off. M5 motorway tunnel, all lanes back open here westbound through Arncliffe at Marsh Street. It's thanks to an earlier semi-trailer breakdown that's been causing havoc across the afternoon. We've still got some delays on the approach from General Holmes Drive in Mascot, but it should start to ease up soon. Padstow, a truck breakdown's been sitting on the Fairford Road westbound on-ramp to the M5 as well for much of today. Build with First Style Homes Ultimate Build Package. Over 60k of inclusions, solar and battery. Build now, pay later, and a fixed price guarantee. Search FIR Style. That's your final traffic update for the evening. Catch you tomorrow.
Tonight's top stories: a Western Sydney community devastated. 2 teenage boys riding a motorcycle killed after crashing into a bus in Bosley Park. The federal government intervenes as the nation continues to suffer through a fuel crisis, lowering diesel standards to allow more to be imported into the country. And a man has been charged for breaching security at State Parliament, smashing a window with a metal barbell. Well, they operate like motorbikes and even look like them. Soon, high-powered e-motorbikes could be seized and even crushed under new laws being introduced to State Parliament. It aims to permanently remove these illegal e-bikes from our streets to keep not just the riders safe, but also the public.
Dangerous, destructive and even deadly. Illegal e-bikes are taking over our streets from the suburbs to the city.
We want people riding these bikes, but we need to get control of some of the antisocial behaviour that we've seen.
But now the government is clamping down. Police and Transport New South Wales introducing new powers to seize and crush e-bikes that perform like motorbikes.
We've looked across the continent to the laws in Western Australia where they've pioneered a different approach, a lot quicker, a lot easier for police to do their job.
The proposed legislation will see throttle-only high-powered e-bikes targeted, with parents and teenagers being warned if it behaves like a motorbike, then it's probably illegal.
Young people don't realise, or certainly aren't responding in any way maturely enough to be able to understand the dangers.
Police are already working in overdrive. 1,800 fines were issued last year, with a further 400 so far this year. Queensland are hitting the brakes even harder, set to introduce new laws to Parliament that would see children under 16 banned from riding e-scooters or e-bikes in what they're calling nation-leading laws. As for the New South Wales opposition, they're proposing e-bike registration.
Our concerns about the crushing is that it's not coming in for months. It will take a long time.
But one thing both sides can agree on, action is needed now. Zoe Martin, 10 News.
Uber fares have gone up for good to combat those soaring petrol prices. But for passengers, it's their postcode, which will determine exactly how much more they'll pay. Matt Cornelian explains.
That's right, Sandra. It'll now cost you more to catch an Uber depending on where you live. The company's new pricing strategy effectively penalises customers on the North Shore, eastern suburbs and in the inner west. Trips starting in Hornsby, Wahroonga, Killara and Chatswood will earn drivers more, as will those in Bondi, Bellevue Hill and Rose Bay. While if you're in Redfern, Glebe, Marrickville or Newtown, you'll also be paying more. Uber today wouldn't comment on the specifics of its fare increases, only saying its pricing model is dynamic and updates regularly. Shorter fares have gone up to encourage drivers to take them, while fares on the whole have increased an average of 5% in Sydney.
We do have concern around this pricing model because naturally it's going to attract majority of the drivers towards the higher paying fare areas, leaving those other areas where they're offering a lower fare, where people are going to be stranded, there's going to be less vehicles available. But I can assure you that taxi fares don't discriminate.
Right now, to catch a cab, it'll cost $5 to get in, then $2.52 per kilometre for the first 12 Ks, and is then reduced to $2.29 per kilometre after that. A major review into taxi fares was completed in March last year. Among the recommendations, annual indexing in line with inflation.
Sydney has joined other major Australian airports and industry groups calling for a digital revolution at the border. They want to see the arrivals system modernised before the 2032 Brisbane Olympics, largely centred around the removal of paper incoming passenger cards. The industry groups and airports say it can be achieved without an increase in the passenger movement charge. Instead, they're calling on the federal government to reprioritise the $70 already collected from each person arriving, which could be as much as $380 million by 2030.
And we need it so that we can be more productive and we can keep the cost of travel down by putting in much more efficient infrastructure.
The airports are concerned that the current processes are creating negative experiences for arriving passengers. Stay with us. Ahead in sport, the Broncos coaching bust-up, how becoming a dad has changed the Socceroos skipper, and Israel Adesanya's Aussie secret weapon as he returns to the octagon.
It's World Cup lock-in time for the Combank Socceroos.
They've done it!
Don't miss them take on Cameroon here in Australia.
Unbelievable!
Live Friday on 10 and Paramount Plus.
For top quality meals, you need premium cookware. You can get premium cookware for free by shopping at Woolies. Just scan your everyday rewards card and you'll earn 1 credit for every $20 you spend. Shop to upgrade yours for free.
And remember, hobby horsing is more than a hobby.
Whoa, giddy up, Norelle. Whoa. Now let's meet real Yui customer Beck. Her hobby is saving money, $336 to be exact.
That's right. I switched to Yui on my car insurance and saved $336.
Whoa, $336? Are you horsing around?
No.
Oh, nay. Sorry, bit feisty. Oh, gotta go. Shop around. Try Yui.
Yui, you insured.
Don't you dare.
Welcome to the dark side.
And you fed tap dad.
For 3! In the laundry!
Good news. The popcorn made it. Come on, scooch over. Remote, Stat.
Get that Disney Plus energy with Energy Australia. Enjoy 12 months of Disney Plus standard on us when you switch to FlexiPlan and stay.
Heartburn and indigestion can be unpredictable, whether it's chest burning, throat burning, or stomach discomfort. Gaviscon Dual Action starts to work from just 4 minutes and forms a barrier. For fast, long-lasting and soothing relief, use Gaviscon.
Mitsubishi's 10-year warranty with 10 years cap price servicing now includes 10 years roadside assistance.
Get out!
Drive away Triton GLXR from just $51,340 for ABN holders. Hurry into Mitsubishi today.
I don't know what the hell this is, but I do know it can't use a phone. Another big telco spends millions to build towers out here and charges customers for it. Vodafone doesn't because clearly nothing's out here except for massive chickens. Ah! Instead, Vodafone doubled their network, which now covers where 98% of you actually live. Genius.
What kind of crazy life hack is this?
The dishwasher doesn't dry the dishes well enough.
Try Finish Rinse Safe.
For 2 times better drying, including on plastic, improving shine and protecting glasses.
Finish, the real life hack.
Get super excited. This Saturday is Lotto's $20 million super draw. Wouldn't it be nice?
She's from the real world. Is she the royal that holds all the power?
If she's not the heartbeat of the family, I don't know who is.
Wednesday on 10.
Up next at 6, we track down the security guard who's gone viral over his take-no-prisoners approach to troublemakers.
And feta, parmesan and romano. What free trade with Europe means for Aussie cheese. 10 News Plus is next.
Good evening. The Brisbane Broncos' early season dramas have gone up a level, with assistant coach Ben Teo walking out on the club after a heated argument with Michael Maguire. To add salt to the wound, Payne Haas will miss this weekend's Battle of Brisbane as he battles a shoulder injury.
The Broncos have been blindsided.
We were, I suppose, shocked, and certainly disappointed that someone like Ben, who we hold in such high regard, had made that call.
Ben Teo resigning, he and Michael Maguire's differences apparently irreconcilable.
Imagine Ben go a long way back. I'm sure each are feeling how they feel, and there's I'm sure their own emotions and experiences around that.
Drama off the field and on it. Payne Haas omitted from the side's game against the Dolphins with a shoulder injury.
Huge loss. Everyone knows the calibre player that Payne is and what he brings to the team, and but we got other boys that can, fill into his role.
The Eels are hatching a plan to take down the Panthers.
Play for 80 minutes, that's the first thing. They turn up every week, they play for 80 minutes. And they've been doing it for years, so we're going to have to be on our game.
Fitness will come into play for the Battle of the West. Rule tweaks have the game running at speed.
The game's definitely faster, I'll say that, but at the same time it's exciting for fans to watch, and it's exciting to play in too.
The Panthers have spent time working on them.
I guess we've known for a little bit now that those rules were coming in, so certainly having those conversations when they initially came out, and then we feel like we've trained them as well.
After the club's stunning run, where else would you want to be?
There was a couple of sleepless nights there a couple of weeks ago, but sleeping like a baby now, so it's good. Happy to stay. This is exactly where I wanted to be, so looking forward to the next couple of years.
Luke Garner staying on for 2 more years. Chloe Amanda Bailey, 10 News.
As debate continues around country allegiances ahead of the World Cup, Socceroos midfielder Alex Robertson insists he's 100% green and gold. The 22-year-old is a third-generation Australian representative, but he's also eligible to play for Scotland, England and Peru. In fine touch for Cardiff City, he wants to use the upcoming friendlies to secure a spot in the squad.
There was never really any thought to go anywhere else. It was always Australia. I couldn't really think to play for any other country than Australia.
While skipper Matt Ryan says what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. After missing the birth of his first child to play for Spanish side Levante, the new addition adding some life perspective.
I think it really helps in sort of recognising that there's all of a sudden something more important in the world than sport or other aspects of your life, and it kind of almost takes the edge off a little bit.
The Socceroos will face Cameroon on Friday night. Now, they used to be arch rivals, but now former two-time UFC middleweight champ Israel Adesanya has turned to his former Aussie arch nemesis to help him reverse his fortunes. The 36-year-old telling Brooke East retirement isn't on the agenda, with his full focus on his bout with American Joe Pyfer in Seattle on Sunday.
It's been over a year since the last stylebender stepped into the octagon, following his costly call to fight on from an eye poke led to a brutal knockout loss.
I performed well in my last fight, but I just made a slight mistake in an adjustment, so I've corrected those mistakes. I just want to go in there, perform and show off. That way I can get what I want, which is a win.
The fourth-ranked Kiwi faces 14th-ranked Joe Pyfer on an upwards trajectory of his own.
This has been one of the best training camps yet, just because I didn't feel like I was worn out at any point.
One of the UFC's ugliest rivalries has been put to bed. Despite losing to him twice, Aussie Rob Whittaker joined Adesanya in Auckland to train.
Now, I have a quote here that he said around 10 years ago, I would have tried hitting him with my car if I could have. How do you go from rivals to friends?
Look, we're all just kindred spirits on the same journey. One of the greatest in this game, who's been at the heights of the heights. We understand each other, and we're both just nerds who just like to kick ass.
Look, age is always just a number. You are 36. You said before that you are feeling unstoppable. I guess how many more do you feel like you've got left?
It's good to know, but you can't really know because life happens, you know, so how many more do I have left? God knows.
Sunday's result will have little influence.
And I'll walk in there and take care of business.
Brooke East, 10 News.
Australia has secured a series clean sweep against the West Indies with a 40-run DLS win in match 3. Georgia Vole helping set up the team, smashing a century for the memory books from 53 balls.
Well, what a special moment for the 22-year-old from Toowoomba, Queensland. Her first ever T20 international century.
A special occasion also for debutante quick Lucy Hamilton, snaring her first wicket. In a 2-minute stretch today, Victor Wembanyama showed why he's on his way to dominating the NBA. A block was followed by a little pass that set up a bucket. Then came the unguardable dunks as the Spurs smashed the Heat.
That was Victor's 4,000th career point. Gets it right back, takes 2 jumps. Oh, my goodness. Taking over here in Miami, timeout. The tongue's out.
He's completely dominated the last 5 possessions.
Detroit ended the Lakers' 9-match winning streak with a 3-point win. Now, John Daly has taken a fall many times in his life, but this bunker shot almost proved his undoing on course. Thankfully, his golfing buddies were quick to react with the rescue mission. Now, we think he's OK, but for having a laugh at his own expense, Long John Daly also slides away with our play of the day. All I can say, Sandra, is thoughts and prayers. And his mate and his caddy were great sports for heading on down the hill to go get him.
He's always a good sport, John Daly, isn't he? All right, thanks. We'll see you tomorrow. You stay with us because the cold snap is on the way and Josh is back with your Wednesday weather next.
Just when you think the deal is done.
There's one more chance.
Would you like to spin the wheel?
Yes!
Spin that wheel! Let's go! The jackpot's coming around! There's a lot of money!
The deal wheel's here, 6:30 weeknights.
Finding a bulk billing GP is getting easier. With increased government funding, more practices are offering bulk billing.
Looking good. Great.
So seeing a GP is now more affordable and accessible for all Australians.
Medicare's got the bill.
Thanks.
To find a bulk billing GP near you, visit health.gov.au/bulk billing. Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra.
When you rang UE to talk about your car insurance, did they try and give you plenty of spin? Oh.
No spin, they just put their money where their mouth is.
Oh, okay. Shop around, try UE. Let's all play. Everyone gets a turn.
Yui.
Vanish Gold Pro Turbo.
These will take ages to come out.
It'll only take 30 minutes. Just one scoop of Vanish Gold Pro Turbo contains a unique accelerator system that turbocharges stain removal.
Trust Vanish, forget stains.
Taco meets Tuesday. The crunchy meets the herby. Served with a dollop of good times. The mix makes it. Old El Paso, make some noise.
Welcome to the dark side.
For 3! In the laundry!
Good news. The popcorn made it. Come on, scooch over. Remote, stat.
Get that Disney Plus energy with Energy Australia. Enjoy 12 months of Disney Plus standard on us when you switch to Flexi Plan and stay.
You know what's better than a Big Four bank?
A bank that's bigger for me. Bigger for making my money work harder.
And helping my business make it.
Bigger for helping us to buy a home.
Bigger for the community I care about.
My bank is bigger for what matters most.
As one of Australia's most trusted banks, millions of Aussies know that Bendigo Bank is bigger for them.
And we're bigger for you.
Bendigo Bank, the better big bank.
Bob Jane T-Mart's Epic Drive Sale now on, with thousands of tyres and wheels discounted. Want a free tyre? Buy 3 selected Bridgestone, Yokohama, Kumho, J-Trax or Hankook tyres and the 4th tyre's free. Up to $200 instant cashback on selected tyres. Plus 35% off selected brand new 17-inch Monster alloy wheels. No one beats our best tyre price guarantee. At Bob Jane T-Mart's, we'll look after you.
There are wedding bells on the hot seat.
$1 million? What will you do with that?
We'll go to the wedding, I reckon.
Gladys, any words of advice? Just get it right.
Just get it right.
Which country's capital is the only one to begin with the letter Q?
Welcome back. Time to get a final check of the weather with Josh Holt. He's ready to talk to you, but I want you to talk to me first, buddy.
I'm still not used to this long shot. You know, some days I'm ignoring you. I'm not doing it deliberately, though, Sals. You know I do love you.
I know. Move it along.
Let's get into the weather, though, and talk about this cold change that's on its way for New South Wales. We can see it here down in the Southern Ocean. I've got a map to show you in just a moment of that system. But before we do, let's talk about this low situated off the east coast. Now, this is producing quite a strong, long-period swell, which is going to hit areas of southeast Queensland and northern New South Wales as we roll through Wednesday. We should start to see those wave heights increase along our beaches as well, across the mid-north coast and the Hunter. So just take note of that if you are one of those big wave board riders and like those bigger waves. Moving into the forecast rain tomorrow, we are expecting a little bit of shower and possible thunderstorm activity preceding this change, which is on the way over the coming days. So tomorrow we're looking at some shower activity across the southern ranges, the southern slopes, the south coast and possibly the southern highlands and even up through parts of the Blue Mountains. Let's take a look at this cold blast, though, the first decent one of the year, coming up from the Southern Ocean and sweeping in and across Victoria and also New South Wales. Now, this should deliver some highland snow as well across the ski fields, both in Victoria and New South Wales. Look, it's a little bit early to get excited about potential snowfall for the ski season, but we should see that snow line dip down to around about 1,400 metres across both states. So a bit of a dusting there. That system then moves out into the Tasman, but you can see behind it, we've still got that southerly airflow moving up the New South Wales coast, and that will drop down those temperatures dramatically over Friday and then into the weekend. So it is going to feel a lot cooler across the 2 best days of the week. You'll certainly notice the change of season in the air. 30 degrees for Brisbane, partly cloudy tomorrow, shower or thunderstorm for Melbourne and a shower or two for Adelaide in 27. Partly cloudy for Perth, hitting 32 tomorrow. Sunny skies across New South Wales, central and western areas. We're looking at those warm temperatures again, 33 for Broken Hill, 32 for Tamworth and Dubbo, hitting the same mark in Wagga. Possible shower or storm, as I mentioned before, in the south coast and for Bega, hitting 28. Narrow the same mark and partly cloudy for Newcastle with 27 degrees. degrees tomorrow. Moving across Sydney, we're looking at sunny skies for Penrith and Richmond, hitting 29, the same mark in beautiful Bankstown and Campbelltown. Parramatta going for 28 degrees tomorrow. Offshore waters, you've got variable winds at around about 10 knots. And the seas at 1 metre tomorrow. So the forecast as we roll through the midweek, 28 degrees, as mentioned. Make the most of those warm temperatures if you do like it warm rather than cold, because it is going to come to an abrupt end. Have a look at this, up to 30 degrees Thursday, and we will see some shower and thunderstorm activity preceding that change. Then those temperatures drop back down. 21 degrees Friday, 22 Saturday. But let me tell you, out of those southerly winds, that 21, 22 degrees is probably going to feel more like 16, so certainly cooler. 19 for the West Friday, 22 on Saturday.
Track down Macca, the security man, the bike-hurling, punch-throwing guard who's gone viral for his take-no-prisoners approach at this suburban shopping centre.
Because the people, they know I'm a good man.
I don't believe he went too far at all.
So we actually think he's a hero.
Aussie cheese, as we please. From mozzarella to feta, Hugh Remington discovers what our free trade deal with Europe means for this family business. Even Prosecco is back on the wine list, but why do some farmers feel they've been left out in the paddock?
Peace talks or fake news? Donald Trump and Iran can't even agree on whether they've spoken. But who had a heads up on what the president was about to say? And did they use that knowledge to make millions?
And the good news